Bella clung to a rose leaf's edge, tiny legs trembling. Above her, the world was a masterpiece of motion. A swarm of monarch butterflies painted the sky in brilliant streaks of orange and black, dancing through the light. She watched them spiral toward the sun, a celestial parade that felt worlds away from her reality. Looking down at her own stubby, green body, a heavy sense of longing settled over her. She was a creature of the dirt and the stem, bound by gravity, while others owned the air. Every movement felt like a struggle against the vastness of the garden. She felt the ancient urge to change, a whisper in her blood telling her that her time on the ground was drawing to a close. She crawled to the underside of a broad oak leaf, her movements rhythmic, heavy, and filled with purpose. This was the end of the world she knew. With painstaking care, Bella began to spin a thick, silken thread. She wove it around her body, layer by layer, until the vibrant colors of the rose garden faded into a dim, muffled silence. Days bled into nights in a seamless blur of shadows. Inside the emerald shell, the world ceased to exist. The air grew tight and heavy as her very essence began to shift. It was a quiet, lonely magic. Her old skin split, no longer able to contain the things she was becoming. New damp structures pressed against the hardened walls of the chrysalis, yearning for a space they had never known. The darkness was absolute, but the change was inevitable. Then came the struggle. Bella pushed against her prison with a strength she didn't know she possessed. The casing cracked, a sharp sound in the morning air, letting in a single blinding sliver of light. With a final desperate heave, Bella tumbled onto a soft petal. She was weak. Her wings crumpled and heavy as wet parchment. They were useless weights clinging to her back. She lay there, breathing in the scent of dew and earth, feeling the warmth of the sun for the first time in an eternity. Slowly, she began to pump fluid into the delicate veins of her wings. She watched in wonder as they expanded, stretching out until they were wide, vibrant, and intricately patterned with shimmering gold. She was no longer a caterpillar, but she was not yet a pilot. A sudden gust of wind tipped her over, and she scrambled to regain her balance on the swaying petal. She looked at the terrifying drop below, her antennae twitching in sudden sharp fear. The ground looked so far away, a graveyard of the life she used to lead. She remembered the static existence on the leaves and the constant aching hunger for the sky. I cannot stay here, she thought. She snapped her wings open, once, twice, feeling the weight of the air. Then she let go. The air caught her. She rose, wobbling unsteadily. Before tempering her panic into a glide, she banked left, soaring over the rose garden where she once crawled in the shadows. She dove toward a patch of lavender, her wings beating in a steady, powerful rhythm that echoed the beating of her heart. She was finally, truly alive. A group of butterflies circled around her, their wings clicking in a welcoming chorus. Bella spiraled upward, climbing higher than she had ever dared to look, leaving the shadows of the garden floor far behind. The horizon stretched out, infinite and inviting. She landed softly on the highest petal of a giant sunflower, folded her wings, and watched the setting sun. She was no longer a creature of the earth, bound by the crawl, but a master of the breeze, home at last in the great blue open